Which are the best SIPPs for aspiring millionaires, self-invested personal pensions? Well, let me tell you some tips and tricks. First of all, yes, do look at the Forex conversion premium that the brokers put on it every time you buy a foreign stock. So they might add as much as 1.5% to the Forex conversion. Now, you might think, well, I'm going to hold the stock forever. Let's say you buy Costco, Walmart, McDonald's, Meta, Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, Alphabet, whatever. The problem becomes that if when you sell it, let's say in 12 months, they convert it back into your domestic currency, sterling. There are some brokers don't do that. Interactive Investor, for instance, doesn't convert back and forth. You can keep holding it in the currency you want. Most of them will convert it back and forth and make a nice little premium. So do watch out for that. The thing I'm less concerned about is holding charges, for instance, £19 here or there, interest rate charges, because I'm looking to make the gains in the underlying stocks. Don't miss the wood for the trees. If you're looking at making gains in the underlying stocks, then £10 here or there isn't going to make a difference. And you don't want to end up with, say, somebody like a Best Invest, which has a very limited number of stocks it offers, just because the headline says you save money, and then you can't buy the best companies to begin with. Okay? So those are probably the two most important things to be aware of. The other thing is, don't be intimidated by a SIPP. When I say aspiring millionaires, you might be in your 20s or your 30s. You might even be in your 50s with, let's say, $250,000. Now, let's say $250,000 in 5 years, like house prices used to, doubles. It's 15% per annum, which is the long-term average of an index tracker like an S&P 500. So $250,000 becomes $500,000 in 5 years, which obviously doubles again and becomes $1 million in 10 years. That's not me saying some magical number, and the past is no guarantee about the future, and all investing is risky, of course. But that's historically what's happened with an index tracker like just the S&P 500, for instance. So there you go. You've just, in a decade, turned $250,000 into $1 million. You've become that millionaire you aspire to be. My point being, you might just be in your 40s. You don't have to be in your 20s when I say aspiring millionaire. The other thing with this is, don't be intimidated, as I said, with the accounts. They're just like a bank account. And the great thing about all these websites, which have ISAs and SIPPs, is that they're really well designed. They've spent millions on the design. So you might think, well, how do I transfer a pension? They'll have a button. It'll be very easy to find. They'll have some education around that. It'll be very easy to find and read and understand. That's why I don't duplicate what they already say, because it's done rather well. The downside of these sites is they're trying to sell you their own funds, and funds tend to perform poorly. That's where they really make their money, is they're trying to get you in cheap at the front end, but they're thinking we'll be able to sell you our funds later on. So those are my sort of top tips on that. I'll give a lot more as well. Have a look at the links in the bio, alpeshpatel.com/links, if you'd like more tips and ideas on investing. But like and subscribe as well for more. Thank you.